Let's watch the Cloud9 video. Honestly, Cloud9 content, pretty fucking good. Even not as just a member of Cloud9. I mean, come on, they actually put out like weekly content. Not many teams do this. They had MSI tier list. They had the podcast that I did, the 3 podcasts that I did, like hype video when it's back, videos like this, a weekly podcast, behind the scenes with the team. Like, come on, bro. Come on. I watched a little bit of this video and I was like, I'll save it for stream. It's actually pretty good. Here we go.
Hello, my name is...
All right. So have you seen these videos? These are like the Jubilee videos. Or is it Jubilee that does these? I think Jubilee does everything, right? It's probably just like the Jubilee videos.
Hello, my name is Seungyu Thanatos Park. I play top lane for Cloud9 Kia.
I'm Bobby Blabber Huang, and I play jungle for Cloud9
Bobby
Kia.
Blabber
Hello,
Huang.
my name is Sangmin Loki Lee, and I play mid for Cloud9 Kia.
My name is Jesper Sven Svenningsen, and I play ADC for Cloud9 Kia.
Yo, I'm Philip Volkan Laflamme, and I play support for Cloud9 Kia.
I
Philip
would recommend
Laflamme.
League to a new player.
Which sides agree and disagree?
Agree, left side, disagree. 형 new player한테 이제 추천해주고 싶냐고. 롤을.
Ah,
In the right place.
Damn, Loki doing the translation. Okay, the new English speaker.
very
delusional
disagree.
or what?
Very disagree too.
I mean, we need the game to stay alive if you want to make money, so
Facts.
That's
I'm good at
fact.
arguments. So I need new players. So
Want me over with that one.
That's facts. It is facts.
I agree that.
I will bring them down.
So you're the
with me.
middle, agree?
This game is great for new players. It's very welcoming and a very good community full of people that are really upstanding citizens.
And there's not that many characters to learn, so
They're all very helpful to each other and non-toxic.
Because if you want to play well League of Legends, you need to put unless 1,000 hours. It's wasted time.
But the
Wasted
game can
time.
be
Nice.
for fun as well.
what if it's fun? What if it's fun?
I think if you 0-10-0 every game, it cannot be fun.
But you're
That's
not
my
gonna,
But you
perspective.
play against noobs.
yeah, you're not gonna be 0-0 because you're gonna be against bad player too.
That's true. But if you go unless gold, platinum, you cannot be good. You need to put 1,000 hours. Anyway,
Okay.
Spoken like a true try-hard Korean pro player.
Just trying to be good at Insta.
If you're not the pro player, you're just fucking uninstall.
I'm really disagree that because nowadays hard to learn League of Legends. Even though they learn the League of Legends, they're gonna 0-0, 10-0, I think, and then they're gonna, get tilted too hard.
They don't have fun in Korea or something. Like, it's a video game, guys. They're noobs. They're just playing for fun.
Well, League is one of the most played games in the world, which means that majority of the people who in the world that play video games, or not majority because it's not majority, but a lot of people in the world think it's fun. So, and I started playing League because it was fun.
Okay.
And I still think it's fun. So I would just recommend them to play it because there's a high chance they find the game fun compared to recommending them a game that not that many people play. A lot of people
Honestly,
actually play League, don't even play ranked, they only play A-rank.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I would just say that League has one of the worst short-term returns on your investment of time. That's just what it is, Like, if you start learning League, you're not going to have a great return in the early time of you playing. So you do need to play a lot in order to feel some reward from getting good at League. Whereas other games have a much shorter return on your investment. Like, I mean, obviously I'm sponsored by Supervive, but even Supervive, like you can jump into the game. Like, I'm a complete noob at Supervive. And obviously I have like MOBA background, but even if you hadn't played a game like that before, you could get a way better return on your time investment in terms of fun immediately than a game like League where you have to learn so many things and you have to, spend a lot of time actually playing before you can actually experience the fun of the game, because you have to learn what's going on first to be able to even conceptualize what's happening. And when you start a game like League, you're just going to feel like every champion is OP. Every time you play against any champion, you're going to get completely f***ed by it, not know what it does, be like, holy shit, that's so broken. Then you're going to try to play that champion. Then you play against another thing. Oh my God, that's so broken. You're just going to have to learn through losing for such an extended period of time that it is going to wear down on you. But obviously, if you put a lot of time into League, then it can then it can become really fun. And that's the difference, right? That's why people end up playing League for so long, is that once you're good at the game, you're able to enjoy the game more. Once you have a lot of hours in the game, you're able to enjoy the game more than normally you're able to enjoy other games. Like other games, for me, I'll play for like 2 months, 3 months, and then like even TFT, for example, would be something where it's like, even when you get pretty good at TFT, it doesn't necessarily become more fun. Like for me, honestly, I think TFT becomes less fun the better you get. Like when you're playing like versus, you know, when you get to GM Challenger and you're playing versus all the pros and stuff, I feel like it's so like suffocating. It becomes so try hard, and it just feels like that's not what TFT is meant to be. I feel like TFT is supposed to be like a more casual game, and I start enjoying it less. So normally I do a climb and I get to like master in TFT, and then once I start playing against like the mega tryhards in TFT, to me it becomes less fun and I stop playing. So that's the difference between League and other games.
It's true. They only play A-rank.
That's crazy.
So, freaks, yeah.
Voice chat in League is a good idea.
Look, you're standing in between the lines. What the are you doing, bro? Get it together.
I can see it being good, but I can see a world where like it's super cringe as well. Without a doubt, play with some people you don't like sometimes. So I don't know. I can see it being good, but also like I can see it being like absolutely horrible. So I'm like whatever about it.
Yeah, as a pro player, I'm not sure I would personally enjoy it that much, but I can see as a perspective of someone who's like charting in solo queue, who's a lower rank, like even up to like master, or like a player who's high elo but not pro, I think would enjoy it. I mean, it would just make the games higher quality, and then obviously there's the drawback of, you know, people being toxic, but I think people are toxic regardless, and you can always mute people. And my personal experience is that in general, people will be nicer if you have voice chat, because it's like, it feels more real, so you don't want to be mean as much when you use voice chat. So I think there's a chance that it reduces toxicity, and worst case, you can always mute people.
In top laner perspective, voice
Man,
chat,
Loki, why are you standing in between the lines? What is wrong with this guy? Like, look, this is the most Loki thing ever, by the way.
is a noise.
Loki would be the guy like Masu to stand 1 inch out of the bush. That's who he is.
You don't need to hear
You can mute voice chat. There's zero good argument against it. I mean, I think that the argument against it is that, and this is like something that that I think is legitimate, and I've heard this argument made. I personally don't have the stance. I think that voice chat is something that would enhance the experience of solo queue. I think it would just make it more fun. But I would say that if you do have voice chat in solo queue and you get to like the higher ranks, one thing that would be annoying is that there's like this fun aspect of solo queue where you could just like play the game yourself. You don't have to interact with other people. You can be able to practice things that you want to practice individually without being sucked into a team environment. Whereas if you do have voice comms at every rank, it's like everything becomes a scrim, and then the game loses its like charm of being able to kind of relax and play it, and it becomes like even more stressful to play the game. It becomes more competitive, more stressful, which a lot of people don't want when they actually play a game of League. Like most people that are just average players want to just enjoy their time playing a game, as opposed to being like in a very competitive, very like try hard environment all the time. So there is like this exhaustion element to voice comms. For me personally, I would like having voice comms in the game. Obviously, as somebody who played competitive, it's like I think that it's something that would actually benefit me as a player. You know, like being able to tell my teammates what's happening in the game, or like what's going to happen in a minute. Because you're not like I don't type in solo queue, right? I'm not typing to my teammates in solo queue unless I'm fucking mad at them, at which point the game is already lost. But in a game with voice comms, I can actually explain what's going to happen in the future, because it's very obvious in solo queue what's going to happen. And I think that would just make it less frustrating, because people would be more on the same page.
anything, you can just focus your lane, win 1 billion. That's your role. So don't use voice chat.
Top laner.
At that point, you can just mute the whole lobby and play without voice chat. Nothing would change. Yeah, except for the difference is, if you were to do that, let's say you just mute the whole lobby, you play without voice chat, and nothing changes. Then the issue would be that the other team would have a competitive advantage over your team, and you'd be like hurting your own team by not participating in voice chat. That would be the issue with doing that in this circumstance. Even though I'm pro voice chat, that would be the other side of the argument.
Top lane incarnate.
If I meet pro player, I'm really enjoy to use voice chat, but otherwise just cringe situation always.
Cringe
So I don't
situation
like
always. Fucking Loki.
use voice chat, but
Incarnate.
if I
Loki.
meet pro player, I'm really enjoy to use voice chat, but otherwise just cringe situation always. So I don't like.
Hey, Loki, what line are you on?
Huh?
Yes,
one are
yes.
you on?
What
You're
line
not
are
on
you
the
on,
line.
Loki? Loki's just in between the lines, bro. Holy.
This ugly no?
Yeah, but
but
which
you
one?
should choose
There's
line.
3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but which one are you on?
1.5.
No, it doesn't matter where he's. It's like
Middle,
the more you are,
disagree.
It's mid.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's kind of
the more you're that way, the more you disagree, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You carefully picked him right there.
I like, bro. I like that because we would literally, we always like rip on Loki for things like that, bro. Loki just like he's just funny like that. Be like, hey Loki, why are you standing here? It's like I don't know. Like I just thought this is where I was supposed to stand.
I'm here,
I'm
like,
just wondering. I thought we
round two,
understood
like,
our
I didn't
line.
think about the land.
That's fine.
I
Yeah,
play
dude.
jungle, so I think it could be nice to communicate to your teammates, but I personally wouldn't use voice chat myself just because, I mean, I just wouldn't use it. But I
What
think
are you doing over there then?
because I think it could be a good thing to have in the game because I can always just mute the voice chat, you know? But I think it could be good for your teammates to communicate with each other. You can maybe, have more fun, make some friends, talking to people.
I feel like if not everyone is in the voice chat, it makes it worse. Because like people will stop using pings. Like the jungler won't use pings to tell what jungler is because he's in voice comm. But then the one guy, top laner, who's not in voice comms, won't know what jungler is, and he will in-feed.
But did Champions Q not work that? I think a lot of players would rather wanted a chill game instead of use comms every game, or did players just use that as an excuse? I mean, I think the problem is that there just wasn't enough like actually high-level players in Champions Q to make it survive. Like the problem was that there's a big difference between playing with like amateur players and just like random solo queue players. And for example, like I never played Champions Q, but I was allowed to play Champions Q because if you're a former pro player and you're challenger rank, like so pretty much because I hit challenger when Champions Q was out, I was in the Champions Q server and I was allowed to play Champions Q. But like if I'm playing the way that I play now, like 3-4 hours a day, and you get me on your team in Champions Q and the other team has Blabber, like you're probably gonna fucking lose, right? And players don't really want that experience, and the ranking system makes it so like you're gonna have really unbalanced teams. So it just like kind of felt like not a great way to improve. Like it didn't feel like it was just constant scrims, which is what people wanted. People wanted like close games, and there was increased queue time even compared to the normal ladder. So it was increased queue time, so you don't get as many reps. The other issue was obviously that there's a massive skill difference between teams. And honestly, like I think the best way to solve that is honestly what people are doing right now. I think that Champions Q, it sounded good. I was on the side of Champions Q, but as I saw it play out, I would rather just see the teams do an extra like block and then have a time to play solo queue to actually, spend time trying champions, like just playing, like being able to get just reps on a new champion that comes into the meta, I think that's more valuable than sitting there waiting for Champions Q.
I don't know. The people in my games don't use pings anyways.
It's worth dropping school to pursue a pro career.
100% worth.
뭐라고?
나 모르겠어.
What did you say?
Can you say
It's worth to stop going to school to play League professionally.
아,
Nice.
그러니까 프로 플레이를 하기 위해서 학교를 그만둬야 되는 행위 말하는 거야.
그게 가치가 있냐?
Yeah, it's worth
Why
it.
you guys?
I'm with the Koreans, bro. 100% worth.
You guys are a pro player.
Always
Yeah,
different
but-
way.
Nowadays, not worth.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
I would never
Nowadays, I mean, it's worth if you're Korean. It's not worth if you're from NA. That's what it is.
recommend to anyone to drop out of school to go pro. Chance is so low, and if you don't have degree, at least especially in America, or high school degree at least, because you're saying drop out of high school too, right?
Well, whatever.
Yeah. It's hard to find job.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know about America, but at least in Europe, the school system is very forgiving. So you could do it and still come back, and it wouldn't like f up your life or anything. It wouldn't like just ruin your whole life if you, drop out for a year or two and come back and it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about America, but in Europe, it wouldn't f up your whole life if you drop out of school. But I still wouldn't recommend it unless you're like already, playing online tournaments and like your challenger while having a normal life. So
Yeah. I mean, I think if it was 10 years ago, I would maybe be closer to the middle.
yeah, same.
But now I feel like the reward is not worth the risk anymore because I feel like, well, the salaries right now are similar. I mean, they're still very good, but for this amount of time and everything that you sacrifice, I think it's hard to argue that it's worth it when you can pursue school and then have a much more stable income for the rest of your life. So as it currently is, I think it's too risky. And yeah, like the others said, the chance that you actually go pro are kind of low. So yeah.
I would say just do it and just be a fucking. There's not a low chance. There's just a low chance for some people. You just be one of the people that fucking makes it. Just be one of the people that makes it, and then it's easy, bro. And then it's fucking easy.
I still believe if you have confidence, you should be
Yes.
pro player. But if you have no confidence, don't drop school.
Based. I have the same take, bro. I have the same take. Yeah, if you're just like an insecure little pussy and you're untalented, then don't do it. Hell yeah. That's my type of fucking player right there. Holy shit.
If you have confidence, drop school and put your life, then you can have a great life like me.
Awesome.
I dropped school when 13.
What the fuck?
You dropped
why.
school at 13 to be a
moment.
pro league player.
I dropped school 17 years old.
Me too.
Oh, nice.
The league community is the most toxic.
Wait, this is
Wait, what is the most toxic community that I've seen? I mean, it depends on what you define as toxic. I would say League is the most toxic community, but if you define it by, like, for example, Dota, people will be, like, more hardcore. They'll call you more slurs, stuff like that. But, like, League is this, like, passive, like, toxicity where it's like, this happened, I'm not going to try anymore. Like, that's League toxicity, which I find more toxic when playing games.
I disagree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, like, to me, I care about, like, how their performance affects the team rather than, like, what they say.
toxic.
I mean, it's pretty toxic, but I'm sure there's like some other games out there who are also pretty toxic. Like, I don't know which games, but I'm sure like some of the FPS games, like, I don't know, Call of Duty or some shit, are probably toxic as well. I haven't heard the greatest things about, like, you know, Valorant voice chats. I see like people getting harassed every other day.
So if it's like petty toxicity, then yeah, League is not close to the other ones. I mean, the other ones are just, they'll just start calling you slurs instantly.
you know, League's like bad.
League is like a passive aggressive, like, cunty toxicity. That's what it is.
Especially on the US, but I don't know, it's not too bad, I guess, these days compared to like every other game. It's just the age of online gaming, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably up there, but to say that it's like the most toxic, I think is kind of crazy. I don't know if we were only talking about games, but I follow soccer or football, right? And
Oh,
I
yeah,
see what
yeah.
the
I mean, they
shit
straight up
people-
will kill you in football. Like, they'll kill you if you're on the other team. Also, how do I change this? Okay, I just clicked it
say
one time.
online and like in the people's like Instagram posts, and it's like not even close to anywhere in gaming. So yeah, I have to disagree.
I saw some games they gonna get tilted and then they are type like toxic, but this is I didn't see they are like type toxic. So
I don't know about viewers community because I don't watch any other sports. But as a player like in game, there's so many typer. That's why I mute everyone in game.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think in game there's so many toxic player.
As a pro player, girlfriends are a distraction.
instruction.
We need.
I feel like this
translate.
is just objectively true. Like, it's going to be a distraction on some level. Anything would be a distraction on some level, right? Like, most relationships become distractions on some level, even having friends, but it's just like, hopefully you don't let it become an issue where you're not able to perform in your job. Like, there could also be like positive benefits of just having somebody that like keeps you more grounded, because you're under extreme amounts of stress as a pro player. So having someone who you enjoy being around that could relieve stress in multiple different ways could be a good thing.
문제가 되냐 이건가? 난 여기 가야겠다.
Okay. I think it depends on what you have, like type of girlfriend. Like if you have some cringe girlfriend, you cannot
Cringe girlfriend?
focus
You want
game.
to say the word crazy or no?
Crazy girlfriend, you cannot focus
Your
game
girlfriend is cringed.
because
Your girlfriend is cringe.
she bother you. But otherwise, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say. I think it depends on the type of relationship you have and, yeah, the type of craziness that your girlfriend has. And
I like how it's just like, oh, it's so funny, bro. It's so funny. I like how the way that they're talking about it is like, it depends on how crazy your girlfriend is. It's like, on the crazy spectrum, where are they? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
there's some cases where it's a big distraction, or it can be. But there's some cases where, you know, it can be very supportive, and my girlfriend can help, like, reduce the stress, or,
That's
you know,
what
it's
I
like
said.
having a support system is important, right? So there's a lot of benefits. And I'm in the middle just because For myself, I don't think it's a distraction. I think it's helpful. But I know and I've heard of a lot of situations where it is a distraction. So yeah, it can be, but it depends on the person.
But I think that's more on the player, to be honest. Like if they choose to enter that type of relationship where they get distracted.
I mean, it's also just like the younger players normally have the more issues with being in a relationship from my experience. I mean, it's just kind of how it is, right? Like when you're younger, you're just like so happy to have a fucking girlfriend that you just tolerate all types of bullshit. Like that's just how it goes. And then as you get older, you become less like like obsessive, or it just becomes like you're more able to just actually separate their behavior from like how they look or whatever, and you're able to make better decisions as to like if somebody's being a positive influence on your life or not. When you're young, bro, it's just you're so happy to be having sex with like anyone that you're like, oh fuck, holy not damn, bro. I guess this is just what a relationship is. I guess I just have to deal with this shit. You know?
That's more on them than their girlfriend, I would say, because that's like their choice to get distracted from the game. So that's why I kind of disagree, because I feel like if you get in a relationship with a good girlfriend, it should be supportive.
When I have girlfriend in Korea, she always want to call me, and then she always want to talk about me, so I couldn't focus my game. So
How dare she?
I think it depends on
What the fuck? She wanted to spend time with you?
typer. Yeah.
Who does think she is?
EDating is cringe.
Absolutely, bro.
온라인으로 사귀는 사람들, 온라인으로.
Wait, is this agreed? Where's agree again? Is it over here?
Agrees that way. Agrees that way.
Bro, I'm 28 years old. We can't be eating anymore.
Yep. I turned 35 in less than 2 weeks. It's over, bro. It's so over.
It's a little bit too cringe at this point.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with like meeting someone online, but like let's not be e-dating in Big 25, yeah?
Yeah, we're not e-dating. I mean, e-dating has the connotation that or the implication that you're not actually seeing them regularly, and they're just somebody who you met online and you're dating online, but you haven't even like met them before. It's to me, when I hear e-dating, I assume that the people haven't actually met. If not, I consider that like a long distance relationship. Obviously, a long distance relationship is not cringe. Like sometimes based on circumstances, you have to have a long distance relationship, but e-dating is cringe for sure.
Meet her, I have to know her personality, and then I have to meet offline first, and then I have to know her first.
I think you're on the wrong spot, buddy, then.
Why?
You're saying then it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
You want to know her first?
Bad.
No. He said he need to meet offline first.
Offline.
Ah.
Yeah, not online.
But like
Why?
cringe is different than if you would do it or not.
Really?
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. I guess.
What's the question again?
Is eating cringe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is agree, right?
Yeah.
You're in the good spot.
Okay.
It's just what Loki is saying.
Just
It's
making sure I'm
like,
not
No, Loki said it right.
why can't you get to know a girl online?
Online.
Yeah. You're saying you want to meet her first and get to know her, right? That's what you said?
Oh,
Yeah, that's why he said it's cringe, no?
yeah, that's why.
Because you don't want to do
I'm
it
not
online.
following.
Yeah, I don't want
Oh,
to do
you don't
that.
want to do it online.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I think you can meet people online. That's fine. But like e-dating is like you're actually in a relationship with someone you never met before.
Yeah,
That's-
that's what I think it is too. That's how I view it.
Weird, no? It could be like a beautiful, you know.
I mean, I'm over here because, well, I agree that like if you're e-dating with like no end goal in mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that's for.
Yeah.
But if like that's how you meet someone,
But like even if I mean, most of the time like e-dating is like you're in a relationship, but you have like long-term plans. You're like, oh yeah, I might meet them at some point. But for me, I would never date anyone that I didn't meet in person first, right? Like I would need to meet them in person, and then if things were good in person, then I would consider being in a relationship. But e-dating is just, I just imagine people just like spending 10 hours on voice chat, like sleeping on mic. That's what I instantly start thinking of. They just like play games together. You know, there's like this weird dynamic. There's random drama. Like it's just this whole different thing.
and then you like eventually get to spend time together.
Yeah,
or,
but
like,
that's not
meet each
eating
other.
right at that point. Then you're like actually meeting someone at some point. That's like a normal, you know, Tinder or something thing.
Yeah, sleeping on mic. Yeah, that's literally when I think of e-dating, one of the first things I think of is like sleeping on mic. That's like what I think of people doing when I hear e-dating.
Meet them online,
Yeah, meeting
and you
people
meet them
online.
in real life.
Then
That's
I
like
guess-
normal, I think.
No, like, bro, when I think of e-dating, I think of like the people that are doing like, bro, you remember when people used to have Skype sex? Like cyber sex? That type of shit? Like, I'm thinking about people like doing fucking cyber sex in a Discord call, like sleeping on mic. That's what I'm thinking about when it's fucking e-dating. When somebody says e-dating to me, I'm thinking about all that shit. You just get online, you're fucking on a call with somebody like 12 hours a day. Everything you're doing in your life, you're just on a call in the background. You fucking have cyber sex, you're fucking sleeping on mic. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. That shit is definitely cringe.
E-dating is like e-dating forever, then I'll go over here somewhere.
Skype sex was peak, bro. Jesus Christ.
Nice. I want him over.
Yeah. Well, it depends how you see
Depends on
it.
the question, yeah.
It depends what the
yeah.
question is, because I think, yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're e-dating for a little bit and then you know you get to see each other, then
Yeah,
that's
I think
different.
that's like fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I never e-dating anymore, but I was when I was 12.
Yeah.
So I can see the anger. Because there's
I can see the angle.
I was 12. So I can see the anger. Because there's some people there's some people who like you cannot meet in real life because they have no confidence or like not enough to meet age or some maybe see.
Wait, what did he just say? What did this guy just say?
So
Yeah, what he means is like when you're too young. But the way he said that, bro, Thanatos, you can't just say that. He means like when you're too young. Because like honestly, I understand that because I remember like in WoW, I just was like, oh man, I really want to meet this girl. But like we were both like 12, and it's like, okay, if you're both 12, you can never meet the person because you like your parents dictate everything.
I can see anger. So when I was 12, I was
Yeah, he means when he was young. God damn it, bro, Thanatos. No, you're gonna be on the fucking. I'm gonna have to put you in the Blabstein files.
So when I was 12, I said like, I'm 20, and then I was e-dating.
Yeah, just cut the tape.
When he was 12, he said he was 20. I mean, true, bro. People don't say that they're 12 when they're 12 online.
Already like.
Let's reset.
Okay, let's move on for that one.
I don't even know she was she or he.
No, it's too real, bro. It's too real. Our team is way too real. Holy fuck.
And I felt she was crazy, so
Oh my God.
Disconnected.
And you were 12 years old again?
Yeah,
12?
when I was 12.
It's like kids on Omegle or some shit.
Diamond is low elo.
He saw the angle. Holy shit.
I mean, Diamond is not low elo for the average player, but for a pro player, it's low.
When I play second account, Diamond was really good player, I think, and then
Kappa.
I was Diamond too, and then
Insane
nowadays
PR.
I feel like Diamond is kind of low elo, but yeah, I don't think Diamond is not low elo.
I think objectively Diamond is not low elo, but I think it's low elo, so that's why I'm here.
I mean, let's say
Yeah, I mean, where would I stand? I would actually stand strongly disagreeing when somebody says what is low elo. Like when I'm speaking, for example, when I was on stream and I was playing solo queue all the time, if I got a fucking diamond player in my game, I'm gonna say, holy why the is there a low elo diamond player in my game, right? But if somebody asks me, is diamond low elo? No, it's not low elo. Low elo is like low elo is in iron, silver, gold. That to me is low elo. And then there's like, then you're just like, you get into like average elo, which is from platinum, emerald, and then diamond would be like somewhat high elo, and then master, grandmaster, challenger is high elo. But when I speak, I consider like GM challenger to be high elo and everything else to be low.
Challenger skill is 10 out of 10, and diamond skill is 1 out of 10. So for me, it's very low.
What is bronze or iron?
animal?
Animal, Jesus, he said that shit with like a straight face.
Cannot count.
Like half the
break the
players,
scale.
half the players are like in bronze and diamond. I mean bronze and iron.
I mean, I was bronze 5, so I can see younger. They can be pro player, but at that time they are animal. I was animal too.
I was animal too.
My goat.
Team
No
chemistry
way,
is
bro.
more important than individual skill.
He's relating. At least he was relating. He doesn't think that he's like above you guys. He's like I was an animal as well. you can become a human being.
It depends, right? You can be like the worst players in the LCS in 5 roles, playing against the 5 best players. Even if you have the best team atmosphere, you probably can't win. But I've also seen teams where they're worse than their players are because they don't mesh well together. So I've seen both sides of this coin.
FlyQuest 2023.
It's probably like a
Vulcan.
balance of the two.
I believe good player make good team. But in other case, if good player is very greedy, then it's not good player. So if you have good individual skill and not too greedy, you know how to play League of Legends and team game, then individual skill is more matter.
I really think individual skill is important because if 3 lane is losing, junglers cannot play game, and then even I lose mid lane, then they have always prio, then bot lane and top lane is hard playing the game, and then team skill is important, I think.
It's better to be great at a couple champs than good at many.
Well, in this current day and age, I have to strongly disagree because we're playing Fearless, I guess.
Yeah.
원챔이 더 낫다는가?
Everyone has to
챔프
go.
넓은
Strong
거보다.
disagree, no?
If we were here last year and there was no Fearless, I'd be probably all the way over there. Because I think, like, if couple is like 5, then, you know, it's unrealistic that they'll ever pinch you out. And then you always get one of your great champs, and then you're a better player than if you're just good. So, yeah, it just depends on which format you're playing. So in this case, disagree.
But for solo queue though, it's better to have like 3 champs only.
Yep.
Or like 3 to 4 champs tops.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the middle.
Just play one champion that you think is broken, that is never banned, and you will easily climb. I mean, I still, like, bro, I say it all the time. I still did that last year. That was still my mentality last year. Even though I've played a million games of League, I'm like, damn, I haven't played in a while, kind of rusty. I'm just gonna lock in Udyr every game, and I just did that all the way until I got Challenger. I mean, I ended up with like only like 65 or 70% of my games on Udyr, but still, like, that's the best way to climb in solo queue is you just limit your champion pool, regardless of game knowledge, whatever. Like, you want to be able to focus on other things than just how to play your exact champion.
That said, I think for pro play, I'd rather have a bigger champ pool right now in Fearless because you can just get banned out if you're gonna play 2 or 3 champs.
You know, solo queue in one trick champion, 1 trick or 3 trick champion is really good for solo queue, but in screen game it's really bad, I think.
I mean, as a pro player, you should be great or perfect for every champion, like almost champion for your role. So I don't count pro player in just solo queue player. If you have a good, like, great champion, 2 or 3, it's much better than you're just good at every champion. I mean, NA, Viper, Ribbon.
Syndra?
Really?
Yeah, Syndra.
Best solo queue champ? Best 1 trick?
You're really good. 가장 좋은 챔프요?
Not the Akshan or something OP? Silas?
Pike maybe, Daveman?
Katarina.
Maybe mid pike.
Katarina, yeah. Yon, no?
Bro, Loki just gives you a different answer every time. I remember they asked him what's the best champion to climb in solo queue because he was like rank 1. Is he rank 1 again, by the way? I think Loki's like close to rank 1. I haven't checked today. Let me see. C9 Loki. He is rank 2 right now. Oh, he is rank 2. And rank 1 is... Oh, man, he lost like 100 LP. He's still rank 2. I mean, he's 300 LP over rank 3. So he was going for rank 1. But he just lost like 100 LP in the last couple days. Jesus Christ. He went 1 win, 4 losses, and is down 100 LP because of it. Yeah, nice system. Anyways, last time when Loki was rank 1, he was rank 1 by a couple hundred LP. They asked him, what's the best champion to climb in solo queue? At his most played and his highest win rate was Azir, and he's like, yeah, I think Azir is the best champion to play in solo queue to climb. Bro, Azir has to be one of the worst champions to climb with in solo queue. It is one of the hardest ways to climb the ladder as a mid laner. It's so much better to play something like Silas or Yone or Yasuo or fucking anything that you can play. Aurora, anything that you can actually like play and dominate the game and like take over the game if you get ahead is definitely so much better. But this guy was telling people, yeah, if you're like bronze and you want to climb to rank 1 like me, play some Azir. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
The filthy again. Sure. Huh? You said Pike. After I said Daveman.
I would say probably Lee Sin. I think it's going to be good in most metas, and if you're good at Lee, it's going to be easier to learn the other champs.
I would say Ezreal. It's fun. It's high skill. Always get better. And it will always be somewhat useful.
Yeah, I'll go with Bard.
Physical and mental health are just as important as practice.
Physical and mental.
연습하는
그만큼 중요하냐.
Disagrees where again? Over here?
Oh, right side. Yeah.
Agrees there. Disagrees here.
Yeah.
I think it's important, but I don't think it's just as important. Like you can be like in a really good mental state and physical state, and you can be dusted at the game and get nowhere. I wouldn't be over there, but to say it's as important is just cap because you won't.
Yeah, I agree with this. I mean, obviously, I think that it's important, but you can't be so healthy and so physically. You can't be so mentally and physically healthy that you can neglect practice and end up being decent. But you can actually do the opposite, where you practice a decent amount and you're horrible to your body. You end up being like fat and whatever, like, you know, you're depressed, fat, and you can still be pretty good at the game.
Get anywhere if all you're doing is being healthy.
There has to be a certain, you have to tank it at some point, like, because you have a minimum of practice that you need to do. And if you're not in a good state, you still need, you'll still have to scrim and have to play solo queue. So in that case, you tank it, and then hopefully it gets better later.
Why do you think Loki and Daniel?
Because they're Korean and their culture, there's always a minimum amount of practice. So they think that it's basic to practice a certain amount. And so it's just a default, so they didn't even consider the fact that they wouldn't practice like me and Sven did, maybe.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Because they would also agree that practice is way more important than whatever mental issue you're having, I feel like.
That's true. I think for Sven and Burkon, they are eating good and have a already good body. But for me, I have bad body. And if I don't want to eat, I don't eat. Like for example, last week, we have a break day. I eat only one meal per day, every single day. So if I don't care my body, I'm dying. So I should care my body more than practice. Because we play League of Legends anyway.
he's like, yeah, because I mean, why would I not practice? That's the way he saw it. He's like, well, of course I would practice all the time, no matter what. So obviously physical and mental health are more important.
That's why.
Translation, I'm subhuman, therefore I have to spend more time working on myself.
The Americans are slackers, so they have to focus on practicing.
The Americans are eating good, aka they're fat pigs.
True, actually.
In my perspective, my body was kind of weak, and then my mental is kind of weak too. So I have to care my mental and body. That then I'd be carry game.
I've had like wrist issues in the past, and also like if I'm not doing well, like I'm stressed out or I'm too, sad or something, then I will play worse. So it's at least important to me that I'm in a good physical condition, as well as like a good mental condition.
Esports are real sports.
I mean, like the team works out together 5 times a week, which I think is solid. I think that that's like a positive. I think that the format of every single day before scrims, any day that's a scrim day, they have a workout, right? Doesn't have to be like, it's not like these guys are becoming insanely jacked, but they are doing 45 minutes to 50 minutes of a workout every single day since they've been on the team this year, right? I think that type of stuff is definitely a good way to start the day. Bro, the way I do my day is I wake up, sleep deprived, 4 a.m., sit here on no food. I don't eat anything before I stream, right? Because it's like 4 a.m., I feel like I can't even eat. So I sit here for 2 hours, just argue with Twitch chat, do some reacts, and then I eat something, try to go to the gym at like 9, 10, and then come back and then do scrims. That's my day.
Esports or earlier sports.
Bro, I swear my mood would be so much better if I like had time. I mean, technically, obviously, you do have time because I could wake up at like 3 and then I can't even go to the gym. My gym isn't even open at 3, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But I would like to actually wake up like a human being, eat food, exercise, and then stream. It would be kind of perfect. It's just not possible, really. It's like a gym set. No, it's like lifting weights and stuff. It's just that, yeah, it's just obviously they're doing it more for conditioning rather than like trying to become jacked. But I mean, it's real weights.
Does disagree or disagree?
That's a disagree.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the obsession with trying to make esports a sport. Like, it's always a very heated debate, and it's been since forever. I don't get why it has to go in the same box as other sports. It's clearly different. Just because it's not a sport doesn't mean that it's not like a high-level competition that you need to practice for. And in my opinion, a sport, chess is considered a sport. It shouldn't be. And sports should be like...
That's how I see it as well.
Physically. You have to run or something.
What is the definition of a sport? there has to be a definition. Like,
It's like a high sport. I think the definition is like a high level competition. I don't think that there's any physical aspect of a sport. Sport definition, because I looked it up before. An activity involving physical exertion. Okay, so no, there's there's one that says an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. The informal one is a person who behaves in a good or specific way. So yeah, there is, I guess, physical exertion. I guess you are technically doing something with your body when you're playing a video game or you're playing chess. You know, you are actually doing something with your body, but exertion to me means that you are really exerting yourself. You're getting like tired, bro. You're like physically, like you're sweating, like whatever, you know? Yeah, I just don't think esports are real sports. I've never felt like it needed to be as well. Like, I don't think that it's less cool or something because it's a real sport. Honestly, I feel like it makes people like esports less if you go to sports fans and then you're like, esports is just as much of a sport as fucking basketball. Vulcan is the same type of thing as like LeBron James. He's the LeBron James of esports.
And if you go in a dictionary,
yeah, like it has to say somewhere.
I'm not sure if it says like that it's physical, like the definition of the word, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm genuinely just wondering.
I remember looking it up, but I don't remember at this point.
Because that would change my answer if sport actually has a definition.
Obviously, you can say that in esports, you know, you have to be like dexterous and press buttons fast and stuff, but it's not something that actually exhausts you to the same level as normal sports or traditional sports. So for me, I disagree. And yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it doesn't need to be a sport. You know, it's just something else, and it doesn't deserve less credit because it's not a sport. That's how I see it.
I just don't really care, to be honest. It's like a meaningless discussion, you know?
Yep.
I'm not a sports enjoyer, but I think if it's fair and competition, it should be sports. So League of Legends can be esports, and esports can be esports.
I'm also like kind of like Zved, where like I don't care about the discussion too much, but I think because of the competition aspect and because you are using a lot of physical force on your hand, I guess, that it could be considered. I mean, I don't know. Like, you are, no? Like you're moving your head a lot. Your head gets sore if you play too much. Your wrist starts hurting. Like
physical force.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Reaper, sub me out, bro. My wrist's too tired. Bring in Tomio. I need to hit the bench for can Tomio do a full clear real quick?
Jesus Christ.
We're not serious. Oh no. Seriously, guys?
happy birthday to
Okay.
Happy birthday,
Old man Sven.
happy birthday, dear Sven.
Thanks for doing this.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Really awesome.
I agree. Over there.
Happy birthday, old man Sven. 28 years old.